Okay, this is Snare Drum Senior Solo number 3 by Mike Sartini. Okay, let's go through and take a look at some of the finer points of this etude. So we have the first triplet accent figure. Accents, and then for each of the 2 rolls inside this triplet figure, I'm using 3 strokes, left, right, left. So in essence. Then I'm starting the 5-lit with my left hand, drag with my right hand. Then in the 5/8 bar, I'm feeling that as 3 plus 2, so 3 eighth notes plus 2 eighth notes. So dot 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 digga is the first big beat, and then ba 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 is the slightly shorter second beat. And I'm just singling that all the way through until the 2 flams, which I'm playing with my right hand. So I have right, left, right, left, right, left, right, 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 and that way I can keep the sound consistent on the 2 flams. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Resist the urge to turn that 5/8 bar into a 3/4 bar by adding another eighth note rest at the end. 1, 2, 3, and 4. In measure 5, at the mezzo forte, for this roll, I'm using a 6-tuplet bass. And for the next several measures, be very careful about what notes are accents and what notes are not. A lot of the ornaments are not accents. Right, so we have the same thing here in 5. Right, we have an accent, and then the drag is not an accent. I'm starting the triplet here on my right hand. And that allows me to play the flam at the end with my right hand without having to do a double anywhere. Because the left hand acts as that, the left hand grace note acts as that, the left hand note there. So one more time. Right, and that should feel very metric. Triplets, 4s, 5s. It shouldn't feel like one accelerando over 3 beats. Then the upbeat triplet. Again, I'm starting with my right hand just to keep the sounds consistent, and there's no accent in that. I'll start again from the triplet. Dot, dot. And none of those notes have accents, all at even mezzo forte. Then in measure 8, we have another accent and non-accented ornament. All right, so I'll play the bar in time now. Don't rush those 16th notes, especially at the piano side. It's very easy to rush those. Then we have a recap of the first lick. Again, I'm using a 6-tuplet bass for that quarter note roll. Starting the 5 with the left hand. Now, these triplets and eighth notes, I'm playing all right hand to keep the sound even and consistent. There's a couple of different ways you could do this. If you wanted to do alternating, that would be fine. Just make sure that the sound stays consistent. The 4-stroke rough here in measure 11, I'm choosing to do that as a single, so left, right, left, right. You could also do right, left, left, right. Or the opposite stickings if they work better for you. What's important is it is not accented. The accent is at the end of the bar. Right? That's where you're headed. That accent's where you're headed. Then we have the 4/4 bar with the piano flam again. And we switch into 6/8 time. The 8th note stays the same. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now for this roll, I'm doing each 8th note as 16th note triplets. So I'm starting it on my right hand, and that will bring me to my right hand when I come out. So. And now with the roll. Now, because this last final note is a marcato with the right hand, and the next notes are at pianissimo, I'm actually doing those next notes with my left hand, so I don't have a whole bunch of movement and control issues with my right hand. So my left hand's already ready to go, and I can just drop it down here at the edge of the drum for these piano notes. And essentially in measure 16, what is happening here is the beat is just being divided in half. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2 and, so the beat stays the same, just the pulse changes. So don't get confused by the notation. It's actually very simple. You just divide the beat in half. Then we have a drag with the right hand, and then we move up one dynamic for the 3 flams, and we get all the way back up to forte. So let me play that whole 6/8 lick again. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Right, and that brings us back to the 4/4. Then we're back to 8th note equals 8th note again. Doing all those as normal 7-stroke rolls, 16th note triplets starting on the left hand. Now in bar 19, we have drags, ratomacues, and flam taps. A little rudimental figure here. Starting on the right hand, and then the flam taps in beat 2 will start on the left hand. And make sure this is possibly the hardest measure in the entire piece, just because the control that you need to have to get the ratomacues into the flam taps. You have to relax your hands, but not let go of the stick so much that the rhythm gets muddy. Okay, then we have a move into 5/8, a metric modulation. So what happens is the 16th note becomes the new 8th note for the 5/8 sections. We have dot 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 ba 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 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, right? So like that. So now once we add the 16th notes with it, it's actually not that complicated once you hear it a few times. And that brings us up to the 12/8. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1. Sorry, I'll do that again because I screwed that up. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1. Right, and then you add the 16th notes in. I'll play it one more time. Right, and I'm putting a little bit of emphasis on that 3rd bar especially so that I can feel that 5. Then the 8th note stays as the 8th note, and we move into 12/8. So essentially we're moving into a triplet feel, you could think of it like. 8th note stays the same, which means that it actually sort of feels like it did before. We have a little polymetric thing here, so we have 3 groups of 4 instead of 4 groups of 3. So, right, so there's our pulse. Dakata, 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 dakata. And then the 8th note becomes the 16th note again, and we're back in the original tempo. and then we take that lick out. I'm playing the last eighth note and then the flam in measure 25, both as right hands, again, because that left hand grace note serves to fill in that gap, right? So I'll take it from 23. Right, and we're sort of back at the original idea. So if I take all of that that phrase from 19, actually I'll back up to 18. Goes all the way down to piano. Then we have a caesura, right? A break in the music. I'm making that break about 2 beats long. We're back at the original tempo, so I'm just keeping those 2 beats more or less in time. Don't make it an over-dramatic fermata. 1, 2. Starts at piano again. I've given myself a courtesy piano accidental at the beginning of 26, so I know to start at piano again. 6-tuplet bass in this roll again. 3/4 bar, I'm starting this roll with the left hand. 5 lit with the left hand. Singling through that, and then that allows me to start the roll in measure 29 with my left hand and play triplets and come out on my right hand just as I did before. So let me string a couple of these measures together here. Left hand. All right, and that whole bar is at fortissimo, not an accented roll. Fortissimo roll, fortissimo single strokes out of it. Then right back down to pianissimo. Then we have just a recap of the beginning from there. Okay, I'll start the metronome again and play all the way through this. Also, I have found it helpful to practice with the metronome instead of quarter note equals 80. You can practice it at eighth note equals 160, and then you can cover all of the multimeter bars except for the 3 5/8 bars in the early 20s there. Other than that, you can play the rest of the piece with the metronome if you put it at eighth note equals 160. But I'll put it at 80 for now.